Okay, so here we have another topic, that is power of tribunal. Powers of tribunal, section 242. Section 244 we have read that section 244 is of the right of members to apply. Section 241 is the application to the tribunal in case of operation. We have already know these two sections. Now section 242. It is really important, and we'll go with the first point, that is tribunal may, with a view to bring to an end the matters complained of, make such order as it thinks fit if it is in the opinion of, means कि एक ट्रिब्यूनल कोई भी एक एक्शन या कुछ भी एक ऑर्डर प्लेस कर सकता है if he think fit. What he think fit, check this thing. इसमें there is a two clause, and clause 1 they said that the company's affairs have been conducted, या तो कंडक्ट हो चुके हैं या being conducted या हो रहे हैं in a manner prejudicial to or oppressive to any members or public interest or prejudicial to the interest of the company, which we have already learned in the section of 241, that is if the affairs of the company has been conducted in a manner prejudicial and or oppressive to any member or members or public interest or in a manner prejudicial to the interest of the company itself, then tribunal may also pass an order. Then section clause B, that is winding up of the company would unfairly prejudicial. The winding up would not be the right thing to do in that case. Then but otherwise the fact would justify the making of winding up order on the ground it was just an equitable, that the company should be wound up. In this clause they asked about two things, कि भाई winding up कराने से unfair हो जाएगा for the person, और winding up ही एक just an equitable clause है और just an equitable way है इस problem से बाहर आने का, then they may also go for these things. Now we'll go for subsection 2, that is without prejudice to generality of the powers under subsection 1, an order under that subsection may provide for. What it can provide for? The regulation of conduct of the affairs of the company in future, that how it can be conducted. Company may pass tribunal may pass an order in this regard, that how the affairs of the company has been conducted in the future, how to be conducted in the future. Then purchase of the shares or interest of any members of the company by other members thereof or by the company, and the consequent reduction of its share capital. Share capital can be reduced by purchasing shares of the company, or interest of any members other than members restricted. Now restriction on transfer or allotment of the shares of the company, it can be restricted that no member or shareholder can transfer their shares to some sort of. Then the termination, setting aside or modification of any agreement between the company and the managing director and any director or manager, means the termination has to be set aside, or modifications of any agreement. Any agreement can be modified between the company and the MD of that company. Then the termination, setting aside or modification in the agreement between the company and any person other than those referred above. They basically talking about the managing director in the company and the director or manager. Then the removal of the managing director or manager or any director of the company, means the court can pass an order in case of removal, in case of termination of any agreement, in case of termination or modification has to be set aside through an agreement. Then the manner in which the managing director or manager of the company may be appointed subsequent to an order removing the existing managing director or manager of the company. Then the appointment of such members or person as director who may be required by tribunal to report the tribunal. Then imposition of cost as may deem fit by the tribunal. Tribunal may impose any kind of fees or any kind of cost, any kind of charges or allegations on the company. Any other matter for which in the opinion of the tribunal it is just and equitable, means it is any other order which tribunal may thinks fit. It can be, it's a wider ambit. Have you checked? that this section gives the tribunal a wider power. It can be anything on any other matter which the tribunal may think fit. It's just an equitable to wind up to the company. Okay, now other important points we have: tribunal may on application of any party, means any party has applied to the tribunal to proceeding, make an interim order. An interim order can also be passed by the tribunal for regulating the conduct of the company's affairs upon such terms and conditions as it's appear to be just and equitable. Okay, let's discuss a normal thing, that if some sort of agreement or transaction has to happen between company or any other person, then the person, the member or any other affected person has applied to the tribunal. The tribunal has to pass an interim order to stop that transaction. So tribunal may also do that. They have a power in section 242 subsection 4. Basically we can say that it's under this section only. Okay, so now we have another chapter, another topic. Then where an order of the tribunal, section 241, makes an alteration in the memorandum of articles and offence standing and in the provision of the act, company shall not have a power. It is not that. Okay, let's go with this, that company contravenes. Say there is a penalty here. Penalty, what penalty? That company contravenes the provision of this subsection, then penalty goes up to 1 lakh to 25 lakh. If any officer in default, 6 months imprisonment, or 25 lakh to 1 lakh, or both. So in the company case, it can anytime be compoundable. For an officer, it can also be compoundable because it is or in it. There is no and in this case. So it's a compoundable offence basically. So compoundable offence, the penalty is 25,000 to 1 lakh and 1 lakh to 25 lakh. It's in case of company. Now the transfer and transmission. This is section 56 of the Companies Act 2013. Then a company shall not register a transfer of security of the company or interest of a member in the company in case of company having no share capital. Okay, we'll basically record another lecture for this. I'm very tired. Bye.